for coming to hang out with me again today. I've been shopping a lot on Temu.com. I've been sharing my hauls with you, and I've really enjoyed everything that I've gotten from them. So I'm really excited to share more products with you that I've gotten from Temu. Now, if you're not familiar with Temu, they're an online retailer. They sell everything from household goods to kitchen gadgets, clothes, jewelry, craft supplies, anything you can imagine, they have it on their website. So there's two ways to shop on Temu. You can go to Temu.com and shop from your desktop or laptop, or if you prefer to shop on your mobile devices such as your phone or your tablet, you can download an app for iOS and for Android. Now, two things I really appreciate about Temu are that they offer free shipping and they also have free returns within 90 days. If you're new to Temu, I do have a discount code which gives you an additional 30% off of your order. So if you're placing an order for the first time, you can use my code OFF6443 and that'll give you an additional 30% off of everything you order. Now, like in my hauls before, I will have links to Temu and links to all of the products that I'm showing you today listed in the description box. So if you want to shop for any of those things that I'm going to show you today, make sure you check out the description box. Thank you to Temu for sponsoring this video. I'm really excited to show you everything that I got from them. I hope you're excited too. Let's get started. We are getting closer to summer, and I know a lot of us like to travel and take trips, so I wanted to get a few things from Temu to help make my traveling a little bit easier. They have a big selection of travel bags and accessories. I wanted a new mini backpack to wear. I just really like wearing backpacks so that my hands are free when I'm trying to shop and everything. I found this backpack on Temu. This is actually the front of the backpack. So what I appreciate about this one is that the opening for the backpack is in the back. So that means the zipper where you get into the backpack will be laying against your back. So it just adds a little bit of extra security. You don't have to worry so much about somebody getting into your bag when you're on a crowded bus or train or something like that. So I really appreciate that I can feel more secure when I'm using a bag like this. It has a ton of room on the inside. The wallet that I use just every day is pretty large and it fits in here with no problem. And if you ever need a break from having the straps around your shoulders, it does have a nice carry strap that you can just drape over one shoulder or carry with your hand, and it'll take some of the pressure off your shoulders if you need it to. It has one zipper, like I said, in the back. It has one little pocket on the inside with a zipper. All the zippers work great. This is a really light nylon material. It's not leather, which I appreciate because when I have a leather type bag sitting against my back, sometimes it gets pretty warm and it can make the back of my shirt damp, which I really don't like having a soggy back feeling. So I do like that this backpack is nice and light, and I like that the material is nice and light also. And the straps are adjustable to fit over your shoulders, and I had no problems fitting them over my shoulders. I do have, you know, a little bit larger of shoulders and bust area, and sometimes backpacks can be complicated with that, but this fits great and I love it. Whenever I'm going on a trip that requires me to get on an airplane, I prefer to just use a carry-on bag. I don't like to check bags because you never know if they're going to get lost or anything, and most airlines allow you to take a carry-on bag plus a personal item that can fit under the seat in front of you. So I already have a suitcase that I use as my carry-on bag that I stick in the overhead compartment, but I was looking for another type of bag that I can use as my personal item that will fit under the seat. I found this great travel bag on Temu. It's pretty large, but when I checked most of the airlines that I fly on, the dimensions are right for fitting under the seat, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. It has a nice zipper on the top, so it allows you full access to the bag itself inside. It's nice and light, so if I don't need it, say on my way to my destination, I can just fold it up and lay it flat inside the carry-on suitcase that I'm taking. But you know, I usually end up buying snacks and souvenirs and everything else wherever I'm at that I need to bring home. So it's nice to have a bag that I can fit under the seat in front of me. The one thing that I really like about this bag is it has this pocket on the front with a zipper in it. So when you're going through security and you have your driver's license out and your boarding pass, and you know, security lines can be a little hectic, and sometimes you just need to put those things away before you start going through the actual security line. So you can just tuck that into this little zipper pouch right in the front until you have time to resort everything. And this zipper pouch is actually a trolley strap. So if you have your carry-on luggage has a nice long handle on it and you're going to wheel it around, you can slide this right over the handle so it can sit on top of your carry-on luggage, and then you're only pulling one bag through the airport rather than messing with, you know, a carry-on suitcase and a bag that you're trying to hold. And, you know, if you've ever been through security in an airport, it gets kind of crazy in there. So it's nice to stay a little more organized, and this is nice and lightweight. The zippers work great on it. I love the color. It actually came in a few different colors, but I love this sort of light aqua teal color. It's one of my favorite colors, actually. So I'm really excited to use this on my next trip. I picked up one more bag from Temu. This is a shopping bag, so I don't have to just use this on my travels. But a lot of times when I go somewhere, I do like to pop into a grocery store to get a few snacks and, you know, a few drinks and stuff to keep on my trip. And I do try to use reusable bags whenever I can. I found this little small puck-shaped grocery bag on Temu. This is nice and compact. You can see it's nice and flat. It doesn't take up a lot of space because, you know, when you're traveling on a plane, you don't always have a ton of space for things. And it's really convenient. It has this nice strap on it. You just pull it out and the bag pops right out of the puck. And it's nice and roomy. It has one strap on it, which is nice because then you can slide it over your shoulder like you would a purse to carry it. And it does have a little pocket on the side here, so the plastic case that it comes in will just set right inside of this pocket so it's not dangling everywhere. And then whenever you're done with the bag, there's little finger holes on the front here, and you just have to keep giving it a twist and it'll twist the bag right back up inside the plastic container. The other thing, the strap that it comes with that sticks out of the puck part of the bag, it does have a ring on it. So if you have a set of keys or a little clip on your carry-on bag, you can just clip that right on and you'll always know where it is. And the last thing I got for traveling by plane are these laundry sheets. A lot of times when I'm in a hotel, I end up getting a little something on my shirt or something, and I want to do a quick wash so it doesn't stain. But, you know, there's a lot of liquid rules with the TSA, so I don't like to take another liquid if I can help it. So these laundry sheets are really convenient. You can see it's just one sheet here, and if you don't need the whole sheet, you can actually tear them very easily. So you could just use a part of the sheet, and you can place it in your hotel sink or your Airbnb sink, wherever you're staying, and put the garment in that you need to clean. Give it a swish with some warm or cold water, and this will dissolve and give you a little bit of laundry detergent in the sink, so that you can scrub out whatever you need to. This is also great if you happen to forget to pack certain things, because I've been in that boat before where I've forgotten to pack extra socks or extra underwear, unfortunately. So this is great that, you know, you can just give these a quick wash every day and let them out to dry, and then you're not wearing dirty items over and over. Like I've mentioned in some of my other Temu hauls, my husband and I do have a camper, and I've been getting a lot of things on Temu to stock up our camper and get it ready for the camping season. One of the things that if you are a camper or if you have a small kitchen, you'll probably appreciate this. The drawers in the camper, some of them are pretty small and narrow. So in order to keep our cutlery organized, I wanted to find something other than a traditional cutlery tray. And I found this one on Temu, which you can see is much narrower than one of those typical plastic trays that you can find in other stores. The way this one works is you slide all of the utensils in to each compartment. So, and there's even little, pictures on the side here. I don't know if you can see, like, here's a spoon, here's a fork, there's a knife, so that when it's laying in and all of the handles are sticking out, you can just look at the picture on the side here to know which thing you're going for. And then there are 2 extra slots up here if you have anything small that you want to store in there. So in our camper, the silverware drawer that we have next to our stove is pretty narrow, and this only takes up about half of the drawer, so we still have the other half of the drawer to fit in bigger utensils like some kitchen shears, sponges, skewers, things like that. So if you have a small kitchen and you're lacking space, or if you have a camper and you need a little extra room, this is the way to go to store your cutlery. like I mentioned before, I do try to use reusable shopping bags whenever I can, but I do like to collect a few of them, especially for in our camper, because the garbage can that fits under our sink in the bathroom is small and a grocery bag fits perfectly in there. So I needed a way to keep those grocery bags a little more organized, and I actually found this grocery bag holder on Temu. It's really nice. It has a slight print to it. It did come in a few different colors, and I can just hang it up in our bathroom. The grocery bags tuck in from the top. You can stuff a whole bunch in there. And then on the bottom here, there is an elasticized opening. So you can just pull one bag out at a time as you need it. And it's really easy to reload it from the top. And because I can hang it in our bathroom, it stays out of the way and it looks nicer too than just having garbage bags flying around, or you know, a drawer full of grocery bags. So not only will this work great in the camper, but it'll work great in the home too. If you also go camping, you know, one of the problems that you may have, that I know we have because we always take our 2 dogs with us too, is when you're coming in and out of the camper, usually you have your shoes on or you're leaving them by the steps, but you're still always dragging in dirt and twigs and leaves and things like that. And the dogs, you know, when they run in and out, they're bringing in little things. So I feel like I'm constantly sweeping out our camper. Now, I did have a small broom and dustpan set, but it was so small that every time I used it, I felt like it took forever because the broom was so small, and I needed something that was compact enough that it could be out of the way. But I also wanted the handles long enough that when I'm actually sweeping, I'm not bending over and hurting my back. So I did find this great collapsible broom and dustpan set on Temu. The dustpan is great because it does fold up and stay out of the way, but it can easily lay flat and stand on its own. It has these little teeth on it, so as you're sweeping, if there's little hairs or anything that collect in your broom, you can run the broom right up over the teeth and it'll pull all those little hair and twig and everything else that might be in the broom out. And it has a nice big space here where all that debris can fall. And the thing I appreciate about the broom, like I said, is that the handle is nice and long. So when I'm actually sweeping with it, I don't feel like I'm bending over and hurting my back. And the head of the broom is nice and wide. It's about the same width as a regular household broom. It's just the bristles are a little bit shorter. So as I'm sweeping, I actually feel like I'm accomplishing something because I'm not using this tiny little broom. It's almost a full-size broom. And the bristles are just, you know, a normal synthetic plastic or whatever they are. They're not like a natural kind of bristle, which I know some brooms have. This is one of the synthetic ones, which is fine for me. I love that these two pieces clip together, and then because the dustpan does fold up, I can tuck it into our bathroom where it's out of the way on our travel days. And then actually when it was tucked into the camper, it was really out of the way. I didn't even mind having it there when we were using the bathroom as well. So it tucked in nicely, it fits in nicely, and like I said, the handles are long enough that as I'm using it, I don't feel like I'm breaking my back. I've been trying to shop around on Temu and go through a bunch of their different categories just to see what their products are like and what the quality is like. One thing that I wanted to try out were a few of their lighting options. So I did get a big flashlight from Temu. You can see it's nice and big and chunky. So if you do have to worry about power outages in your area, I think a bigger flashlight like this is easier to find if you do happen to lose power and you need some light. The thing that I love about this flashlight is it does not require batteries. It actually has a port right on the front here, and it does come with its own charging cable. So you can just charge it up so that it's ready to go whenever you need it. It does have a few different modes. I'm not going to shine the light right in the camera, but you can see it has 5 lights right here on the front. If you click it once, it comes on. If you click it again, it flashes. And then if you click it a third time, it does have a light on the side here too. So you can stand it up and let it shine out if you need some light on your work surface. The other thing that, I don't want to shine the light in the camera, but if you can see these lights right on the front here, that's the indicator so that you know when you need to recharge the battery again. You can see there's 4 little lights on the front. So this is fully charged so that if I need it in an emergency, it is ready to go. And like I said, once the light gets down to let me get back to the right one. There we go. Once you have it turned off, those lights do go out. But once those little blue lights, once you're down to one light, then you know you need to recharge this light. So I do appreciate that it doesn't take batteries because, like I've mentioned before, sometimes I don't always have batteries on hand in my house, but it does come with its own charging cable, so you can just keep these stored together in a drawer somewhere. And if you need a light fast, it's nice and big and chunky so that you'll be able to find it a little bit easier in the dark. Another type of light that you might need if the power goes out is a candle. And sometimes whenever I go to light a candle, I can't always find a lighter in our house. So I wanted to get one of these rechargeable lighters. They do have these on Temu. These are nice because they're actually flameless. When you slide the little slide up on the lighter, it does create a little electric current in there, and that's what you light your candle with. And this is the same thing as the flashlight. It requires no batteries. It does come with its own charging USB cable, and the same thing with the flashlight. Once you actually, this is kind of hard to see, once you actually have it on, there are lights on the front that indicate how full the battery is. So once you get down to just one light, then you know it's time to charge again. These are really handy to have, especially in emergency. If you know, like I said, you're in an area where you have high winds or a lot of storms and you tend to lose power. It's really great to have peace of mind knowing that you have things on hand to light candles, or you have the flashlights and they don't require batteries. And another type of light I got from Temu are these LED solar lights. This is just a string of lights. They're kind of plain. They have a nice little ball on the end. It does have a pack that you set out so it can get charged up by the sun. And it does have an on and off button on the back, as well as a mode button, because you can cycle through different modes. It can either be just on, it can be flashing, it can fade in and out, that type of thing. It's a nice little handy light to have. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to actually use these outside for on my porch in the summer, or if I'm going to take it along camping, because I know sometimes whenever we're staying at a campground for a few days, there's other campers there and they'll string up little lights on their awning and stuff, and it always looks so cute. And I thought this would be a good option because it is solar powered. Again, I don't have to worry about batteries. I can let the sun do the job and light these lights for me. Hey friends, it's the next day after I filmed my Temu haul, and I'm getting ready to edit the video, and I came over here to make myself a cup of coffee while I'm editing, and I realized I forgot to mention one of the things that I got from Temu. And it's my little friend up here, this little coffee gnome. I found him on the Temu website. He fits in perfect with my coffee bar. I do think he needs a name though, so let me know in the comments, what should I name this little guy? All right, let's get back into the Temu haul. Temu does have a variety of craft supplies on their website, and one of the things that I wanted to check out were some of their faux florals. I love adding flowers to wreaths, vases, different things like that. I picked up 2 bunches. They're kind of the same bunch. I just got one in a cream color, one in pink. The thing I really appreciate about these bouquets is that they do have a variety in them. They're not just all the same flower. So if you're not great at floral arranging, which I tend to struggle with a bit, so it does make it nice whenever they take the work out of it for me. Everything's kind of already bundled together. They already look great together. There's a lot of different colors and textures right in the bouquet. So when I set it into something like a vase or a pitcher, the work has already been done for me, and all of the flowers look great. And like I said, I got the 2 different colors. They did have a bunch of different colors on there, and they all have the different variations in color and textures with the different types of leaves and everything. So I've been really impressed with the florals that I've got from Temu. One thing I will say is I think whatever dye they use on these flowers, it does have a bit of a strong scent. It's not off-putting. It's just that when I pull them out of the packages, I do like to let them set, you know, in my basement or in a room I'm not going to be in, just for a day or 2, just to let them air out. And that scent does go away. Like I said, I think it's whatever dye they use. So it's not super strong. I am a bit sensitive to scents though. So if you do get their flowers, just like I said, take them out of the package and let them air out just for a day or 2. And that scent does go away. But like I said, it's not off-putting. It's just that you can smell it. So just a little tip from me to you if you're sensitive to scents like I am. Now, the other craft supply I got are these tube keys. These might be, I don't know if you know what these are. I'm a hairdresser full time, and we actually use these at work to on our color tubes when we're mixing color, but they come in handy around your house. You can slip them onto the end of a toothpaste tube, or what I like to use in the craft room, I use a certain glue that comes in a metal tube, and sometimes, you know, when you're squeezing it out of a metal tube like that, you give it a squeeze, all this glue comes out, and then it just keeps coming out. You can't get the glue to stop. So these tube keys really come in handy for that type of glue. You can put the key on the end of the tube, crank it down, get some glue out, and then once you have enough glue, you crank the key back in the other direction just about a half a turn, and it sucks the glue back up into the tube so it doesn't keep coming out and it doesn't get all through the lid of your glue tube. So, like I said, this is technically not a craft supply, but it does come in handy in the craft room, especially if, like I said, you're using a certain glue that comes in a metal tube. This will keep some of the mess off of your craft surface. I have 3 more things from Temu that I want to share with you that I really couldn't put into a category. One of the things that I've been wanting to check out on their website is some of their jewelry. I don't wear a ton of jewelry. Usually when I go to work, because I am in hair color all day, I just wear my wedding band. I don't usually even wear my engagement ring because I'm always afraid of getting color and stuff caked in there. So, and I do wear earrings every day, but I don't wear a ton of jewelry. But when I do go outside of work and home, I do like to dress up a little bit, and sometimes I'm always struggling for pieces that kind of can go across the board. And one thing that I've noticed that is kind of trendy are the stacked bracelets. So I picked up a set of stacked bracelets from Temu. You can see these are just in white and gold. They had a ton of different colors available for these bracelets. I love that they go together, but they're not connected. So if you want to wear just one bracelet, you can. If you want to pair 2 of them up, if you want to wear all 4, you can. The other great thing about these bracelets is they are elastic, so they'll stretch to fit over your hand easy, and they're comfortable to wear around your wrist. I love pieces like this because they go with everything. They're nice and neutral, so no matter what outfit I have on, I know these will look great with it. If you've watched some of my other Temu hauls, you probably noticed that I always tend to show you a lot of kitchen gadgets. I actually only have one kitchen gadget for you this time. I have mentioned before too that my husband and I do a lot of meal prepping throughout the week because of our crazy work schedules. We don't always get to eat dinner together, so we have to have a lot of meals on hand ready to go. And one thing that we do like to do is take advantage of our slow cooker, and we'll create slow cooker meals. And if you go on Pinterest, you can find all kinds of ways to create slow cooker meals that you can put in the freezer and then just pull out as you need to. But one thing that you do need for some kind of meal prep like that are freezer bags. And if you've ever tried to fill a freezer bag with liquids and stuff, you know, sometimes they kind of roll all over, they flop all over, they create a mess. So I got this freezer bag holder from Temu. This is pretty standard. I've seen these all over the internet, but this one is very inexpensive. The thing I really appreciate about this is you can use the smaller Ziploc type bags, or these arms do extend out so that you can fit a gallon size bag in here. They have the little clips on the side so the bag slips right in and creates a nice opening for you to pour all of your ingredients into. And it does have this rubber gasket on the bottom so that when it's setting on your counter or your table, it's going to keep it from slipping. So I have been really excited to use this, and it also does the arms fold down. So you can see it's nice and flat, so it'll slide into a drawer and not take up a lot of space. And the last thing I want to share with you from Temu is a car vacuum cleaner. I am in my car a lot, driving back and forth to work, and a lot of times on certain busy mornings, I tend to eat breakfast in my car on my way to work, which results in crumbs in my car. So I wanted something small that I could keep in my car just to help get rid of those few crumbs from my, you know, protein bar or whatever I'm eating in the morning. And I did find a car vac on Temu. It's pretty compact. You can see it's just a nice little cylinder. There's a bunch of different accessories that pop in and out of the cylinder. This one has a little brush head. There's one that has a tapered opening to it. you can see here, so you can get in some of the little nooks and crannies. And then there is a bigger hose type. This slides into one end, and then you have the hose on the other end, so it bends and is flexible, and you can get around, you know, the seats and the cup holders and everything. This does plug into your cigarette lighter, or actually I don't think they call them cigarette lighters anymore, right? Are they like 12 volt something or other? I don't know. I still call them cigarette lighters, but most cars don't even have a lighter anymore. It's just the opening to put this in. So it's really nice. It's a nice long cord too, so you can reach around, you know, to the different places in your car. And like I said, it is nice and small and compact, so it's not going to take up a lot of place or a lot of space. I can just throw it in a bag in the trunk and it's out of the way, but then whenever I need it, I can pull it out and get up all those pesky little crumbs. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the fun things that I got from Temu this time. If you shop at Temu, make sure you let me know in the comments what are some of your favorite things that you've gotten from them. And if you haven't shopped at Temu before, make sure you use my code OFF6443 to get an additional 30% off of your order. And like I mentioned, everything I've showed you today is listed in the description box with the prices, so you can go down there and check it out. Thank you again to Temu for sponsoring this video, and thank you for hanging out with me again. I always enjoy talking to you in the comments, so if you're new, make sure you say hi. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.